Get
Alright.
off the platform as fast as possible.
Man, your support sounds handsome.
Wait.
Get ready for a lot of those jokes, by the way.
All right.
Yeah.
What is this notification? Well, the podcast is on.
Yeah, you're live, baby. Right on that Lola podcast channel.
See what I was saying earlier? Wouldn't it be like if we waited until like a minute and then doing this to Kane, like fucks him up to the point where like he has to recall, right? Like,
Because most of the time, they run out there without looking at their screen.
and then around that time.
Mm-hmm. You can always go back in a minute. Like, that wouldn't be a problem. I mean, we could do that if the jungler was in, you know.
I just feel like it hurts them so much if you can make them recall at like right when the minions spawn.
I'll just tell you this. It is hard to steal a buff. Like, to go in and push out their
Well,
jungler and then steal the buff while fighting a 2v2. Or
yeah.
3v2 even, because you have to split
Sometimes I feel like it's
damage.
better if we just like if you. But my thing wasn't like to steal it. It was more like to
No, don't do that. Don't do that. We're not taking it.
uh
Okay, I'm going to turn off the sound because hearing me talk while I'm talking is going to be super confusing.
I can't hear it anymore. So. I was just saying that if like we do enough damage to him, where he has to recall and then doesn't get a leash, gets started late. Okay, this probably not talking. I think I misclick right here, right here.
All right,
So,
let's back up on that just a hair. Okay, so right here, you should be, the second he steps out of the bush, you should shoot because you know you're going to get the EXP for these because we're within range, right?
yeah.
So you should shoot him and then start backpedaling this way and just kite straight backwards. He's in our minion wave, and you know that would be kind of the ideal play here, right? I should have warded if I have a ward. I don't know if I do or not, but if I
You
do, I should
don't.
have
I don't
thrown a
think so.
ward. Yeah, I should have thrown a ward right there. But yeah, if you're right now, you just bam, step, bam, all the way back. He's gonna fade back into this bush. If we had a ward here, we could try to finalize this 2v2 and like hard fight it, but we don't. So that forces me back, and you and I cannot run at the same time. Okay?
Okay.
So, okay. So that's perfect. You did exactly what you're supposed to do.
And then I walked up to.
Here's the problem. He's stronger than you level 1, and you're engaging him in a 1v1 fight. I can do nothing in that fight because my longest ability is my Q. It's on a huge cooldown level 1, and I used it right out at the beginning of this fight.
Okay.
So the only thing I can do is auto attack and about in that range. So you are 1v2 here.
So
'Cause-
I should have thought that. All right, that makes sense. Then they can just full engage on me if
So
I
you're
go in.
yeah,
Right?
you're trying to do that, and so I'm stepping forward because what I'm trying to do is to buy you pressure to escape. Because if I go in, he cannot just chase you all the way back, right?
Okay.
And then the second you turn, I'm going to turn because this is me providing you presence. It's not telling you to all in here,
Okay.
right? Particularly because you don't have enough health to survive one more burst from him or an auto or two from him. Because remember, he's got level 1 on me. Like, his level 1 is better than mine because he has empowered auto attacks and range. I don't have that. Okay?
Okay. I should have just
So
probably
basically,
flashed as soon as I got ignited. I would have survived.
yeah. Yeah, I mean, basically, you just forgot that you had, like, you forgot that he had autos. And then they almost let me kill him back. It was super close. Are you holding down the space bar to do that?
No, I just clicked it. I just spam it a lot like that.
That's gonna doesn't really give you any information, but it might give you a seizure. So
I'm sorry, you're gonna see it a lot.
okay.
It like does this like audio glitch whenever I do it, where it like replays the sound. I always hear it. It's funny. It's like it's just a pet peeve. Not a pet peeve. Like a
Nervous twitch or something?
yeah, I guess like a twitch. It's not necessarily that I'm nervous. It's just that I'm doing something as I'm walking the lane.
Yeah. It's a habit.
Yeah, there, have it.
Alright, so we're still going here. Alright. So like looking at this right now, what is first off, your camera position is about that much wasted space. You see what I'm
Can't see
saying?
Kazakhs.
Hmm?
Then you can't see the giant statue.
Yeah, you can't see this huge fucking statue right here. It is pretty, but you know, if you move your
Yeah,
camera
okay.
over, you get more of this river, and yeah, it's
Easier to
just
spot it.
easier to
Stuff.
spot anything. So be careful of your camera control. And then the other thing is you have a minion wave that's pretty big. We're about to get a whole nother minion wave to join it, right? So if we can create a fight as these minions are moving forward, that's like the ideal time to fight. Because they'll end up tanking all that damage and we'll create a catch. Even if he catches me, it doesn't matter, right? So
Right.
this is like I said, you know, the level 2 is a huge thing. This is a huge thing too.
Especially with a second minion wave
Mm-hmm.
coming up.
Especially with the second one coming.
But the only way we could do that is if they walked up there.
Yeah. Or if we both walked into them and he thought he could try to catch something. I mean, even a bad engage is still okay here. Because we have so many more minions.
He only went back and bought boots, so it's not like we were behind damage wise. I thought it was.
Alright. We're still okay right now. For some reason he started dragon, I don't know why.
My W hit the
Oh,
dragon.
your W hit the dragon?
Yeah, it was a
That's
200
funny.
IQ play actually.
Yeah, no, it was nice. It was nice. I didn't think you were gonna go that route, but you know, you did it. Good dodge. Okay. So the only thing I would say is right
I think
here, you can watch this fight again. Thresh has lost a huge cooldown. So keep in mind his Q is like 16 or 20, well, it's like
yeah.
18. They just actually nerfed. I think it's 16 seconds now, right? So he just lost 16 seconds of cooldown. Lucian is standing between a minion wave and another minion wave, getting pinched,
Okay.
right? This is a time that we can actually just fight and win as long as we don't get popped, right? And you won't get popped because the Q is down. Does that make sense?
Yeah, but if I get flayed in with the
You still won't
at
get
this
popped.
point,
Don't have enough damage. See, like right
what's it
now
called?
we should be, like you should be
Press the
forward.
attack. You don't think press the attack would do 70% of my HP pretty quick?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
Keep in mind, look at, he's level 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 minions. And he is in the deadass center of all of them. If you fight him here, he's going to tank all your damage, all your passive, and all these minions. He probably just dies, as long as you don't get hooked or something. Plus, I mean, keep in mind, I'm also gonna be in there doing shit with you. So it's
Level up too.
yeah. Because like the only other thing we're worried about is the cane, which he is somewhere in that area. I think he's in that bush. I don't know for sure, but I'd be surprised if he wasn't,
I
or if he
mean,
wasn't.
looking back, probably thinking about like that trade. I think we both were thinking about Kane there, so
Mhm.
not going for that wasn't the worst.
God, I wish I would have hit that. Because if I'd have hit that, I would have pulled him under tower, stunned
Should've
him.
E'd there. Would have gotten one.
It would have been money. Okay, I remember this part. So I'm priming for you.
Yeah.
So be
Please.
like, okay. First things first, like farming under tower. If you have a support that actually primes for you, which I know you won't in Plat, because this rarely ever happens in Plat, right? Never use AoE abilities on the back line because now all of these minions just die immediately to one tower shot. So you have you just shrunk your window to CS them enormously, right? So like what you should be looking for, and I may be doing, this may be redundant, you may already know this, but melee minions will take
Yeah,
two
yeah.
tower shots, and then you have one auto attack before they're dead. Uh, whereas caster minions is one and two auto attacks. One tower and two autos, right?
Yeah.
Okay. In this situation, I was walking up to auto them for you, so that two auto attacks becomes one. So all that you have to do is watch which target the tower acquires, which will almost always be the closest minion of a type to the tower, and then shoot it right after I hit it. So I'm going to do this like slow-mo style. Okay, so right here. This one you should be able to CS. That's fine. I hit this one, so you should be able to CS it. The next one
I
up is
didn't
this
think
one.
you were gonna hit this one,
So I
so
hit
I
it.
W.
You can W it, which you didn't need to do that. This one's the next one. Okay, so I didn't hit that one because these minions were acquiring it, and I thought the minions would prime it for you. Now it's this one. So you should wait for the tower to hit it. I'll hit it, and then we can kill it. Then it'll probably be this one. Same. This one I'll have to hit before the tower acquires it. This one you're going to have to shoot because the minions are going to kill it. It's somewhere in between,
I
right?
was probably wasted this Q trying to kill that one. It's really low. Missed it. That was
So
just bad by me.
that one actually surprised me. I didn't think I needed to prime that one. But that one, the cannon's on me because I didn't prime it because I thought it wouldn't die until after the tower shot hit, but it died like at the same time.
I think if I like a fraction earlier.
Yeah, I mean it was like a hair. So I mean that shit just happens, but not a big deal. Okay, now we back.
And you said you recalled farther back because Thresh.
Yeah, because Thresh is there and they stopped the minion wave at tower. So because he's showing forward movement, I would have gone a little further back.
Just noticed the freaking Syndra's name. Top lane Hokage.
What is it?
Top lane Hokage.
That's dumb.
Guess top lane is the Leaf Village.
I guess so.
And this is so close to being nice.
Yeah. That was a bit of a heartbreaker.
And then At one point you said we can't do this. Yeah, right here you said we can't do this. That's because the reason I was posturing right here, and it was just me not looking at the map enough, is that right before that when we were like looking at Lucian when at the blast cone, we saw Thresh mid, and I thought he was still mid, but
Oh
then
yeah.
he ended up being in the bush.
Okay. So we're pretty much zoned out here. The minion wave is too big for us to pick a fight, and it's crashing, so we have to back off, right?
Yeah.
That's fine. That's good. You shot too early. See, this is where you don't need me to prime anymore. So the only time
17.
I'm going to prime is when it goes below the threshold. Becomes unCSable, right? So like that other one here is going to become unCSable. Man, I'm just like missing all the 50-50s this fucking game.
Yeah, I don't get what happened. Oh, he did heal.
Yeah, he should have died.
I should have ulted instant.
Yeah, you should have backed off here. He does more damage to you than all that. Or
If I had ulted into our minion wave, I survive, I think.
okay. So right here, he's used all of his abilities, right? And I'm on him. If you ult in right now, he's dead.
I'm 5.
Huh?
I'm level 5.
Okay.
And I get it right after he dies.
Oh, okay. That's
Yeah.
fine.
I should ult onto the minions right now instead of away.
Yeah, like right here, you don't win this fight if you keep trading just because you have 2 auto attacks of hit points, maybe 1 with his empowered autos, and you're tanking minions.
Yeah.
I mean, he's tanking more minions, but he also has more hit points. So you needed to hit and then go back here. Just by playing that fight out in your head, you'd see that you don't have the damage. And there's
Okay,
no way you can
so
outplay auto attacks.
okay, so say I survive and I'm sitting there with like what was it, 100 HP.
Mm-hmm.
What do I do?
Go back. You won.
Just leave the minion wave?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, if he lands, basically, if you back off, he gets all of his cooldowns back. If he lands any of his cooldowns, you're dead. The only
Yeah.
reason you weren't dead there is because he didn't have any cooldowns. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So yeah, you have to back off. You have no other option. And that's good. That's how you CS under a tower. Good job. Yeah, this was driving me crazy. I was waiting for the Cinder to just ult somebody so I could finish them off, right?
Yeah.
And she kept holding it for the execute. I'm like, you don't need to execute. Just let me execute them.
Does a Syndra ult do like XP damage?
No. She just wanted to get the kill with it.
Yeah.
Okay. So in this situation here, we have a 2v1 against the Lucian. And if we're doing that, like if we both, okay, keep in mind this wave is crashing, so it's acquiring new targets. So we don't want to be here right now. But in general, this is your like line of scrimmage, right? Where the minions are going to crash. After the minions crash, we need to move up to here and like that. And then stand here. Because then he has to back off and we can actually just presence him out of EXP range and get an advantage that way.
Cool.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
Like just
I
by because like you're standing back here, I have no presence. This
but
is
where is Thresh and Kane?
huh? Thrush was
Where's
gone.
Thresh?
I mean, here's
I
the
never
thing.
met.
Wait, what the fuck? If Thrush is gone, and if I see Thrush, we can just back up. Like if Thrush starts walking out of this bush, we can just back up. It's not a problem. But like if it's just him, then we need to be putting like pressure on him to scoot him back. Period.
Okay.
Which I'm trying to do, but it's like fake pressure because you're not there, so there's no like real threat. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
As a general rule of thumb, you should consider this to be like an axis, and no matter where your support is, you should be on the same 90-degree angle with your support.
All right.
So like, I mean, that's general rule. It's like here and here. If your
But
support's here and you're
that's
back
just
here,
like
huh?
CS mode. Like
Yeah, yeah. That's the thing is whenever people go into quote CS mode, they're standing auto attack range back from whatever they're trying to kill, right? So you're here, right? Does that make sense? What
yeah.
I'm saying? Okay. You can also stand auto attack range forward of what you're going to kill.
Okay.
And this zones them way the fuck out. If there's two people in their face and they're one, it zones them out. If they want to step in and reacquire this land, they have to walk through a potential engagement to do it. Right? And even if they're stronger than you, then we can just back up and let them have that land, but the entire time that we pushed them back, they were short EXP.
Okay.
Right? Even if it's like 3 melee minions, that can make a huge difference, particularly like at level 1, 2, 3. That's huge. Because like level 1, it's essentially 6 melee minions get you 2. So if you can deny any of that, like there are so many times where I'll see like a guy coming into lane this way, right? And his partner comes into lane this way. And the best thing that you can do is 2 of you move in this way.
Regardless of who it is.
Yeah, yeah. Because if the 2 of you move in and occupy this space, then you either go onto this guy or onto this guy. And it's a 2v1. And then this guy's going to have to chase you to catch up or even burn flash to even get into the fight, right? But if you force it and you just kind of walk back and forth here, right? And like push this guy back and then push this guy back or whatever, for this guy to even get in to lane, he has to go all the way around like this and he misses all those minions. Do you see what I'm saying?
So you sort of you just put all your pressure onto the river, dude.
Yeah, you body check them. You don't like, you don't let them into your zone. Like you're playing, like your post up on a basketball goal, right? You put your back to him and you try to use your weight to push him backwards so you get more space. It's the same thing. You're using the fact that you have 2 people to push one backwards or one backwards this way. And if you push this guy back, he can't help this guy, so this guy has to go back. And then you just kind of like, and they can never come in, and this guy's going to give up and go all the way around. So
Okay.
that's a way that, and then you will automatically be guaranteed to get level 2 off that because this guy's going to miss the whole wave, and this guy's going to be zoned out. So you'll get level 2, and then you can just stand here while the waves are here and zone them out. And then maybe they don't get level 2 until the next wave bounces back to middle for 3. Then you can repeat and zone them out. And you're going to have a half a level on them so you're ahead when you hit 2 and they are level 1. Then you're going to be ahead again when you're 3 and they're 2. And at any point, if you can catch them in engage range, at any point during that time, they're dead.
Yeah. Should I just go like Do I just stand here, or do I try and farm Krugs, or
Okay,
not Krugs?
so whenever you walked up earlier to like here, whenever everybody was back up in here, right? You should have pinked this earlier. You could have cleared that ward earlier, and then you would have known that you had free space to be able to move at least this far up. And you could have done some CSing.
Wait,
As
but
it
we knew
stands,
but we
as
knew
it's,
that
hmm?
Kane and Thresh. We knew that Kane and
Yeah,
Thresh were
you
in
knew the
the.
Cane and Thrush were in here, right? But with this much warning, then you'll know whether Thrush is, like, you can go this far. Because by the time he can get from here to here, you can get from here to here. It's the
Yeah.
same
Okay.
distance.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
But if I walk up that far anyway, I guess I get into XP range. But like
Mm-hmm.
the minion wave is a lot farther.
Yeah, but you're in XP range.
Okay.
So you're not getting zoned out. Because right now you're getting zoned out by the possibility of a jungler here. I mean, we know he's there, but you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, because there's a question mark right here, you're zoned.
So I was playing like I had no ward in my inventory, but I could have put that ward in
Right, like a while ago. And you could have put it, generally speaking, do you know the ward trick with the cursor?
to get that ward right there. Wait,
Yeah.
I don't.
So, like, this is what your bush actually looks like if you take off all the extra graphical bullshit. Like, this is the size of the bush, right? So it looks like that, right?
Okay.
So if you take your ward and put your ward in the same slot every game, so mine is always slot 6, right? So I put my wards right here, and I turn this ward slot off quick cast. So then whenever you decide to use your ward, you'll plop it out, and whether or not like the cursor turns green means it's in the bush, and if it gets out of the bush, it'll take it off green.
Yeah. I've
So
seen
you
that.
can like hover right through here and you'll know whether you got it in the edge of the bush or not. That's super important because like if you put a ward here, then you see like more area of this and more area this way. Like everything gets more shown because the ward has that much more distance, right?
Okay.
Um, Vice versa, it's really important on corner bushes because like if you put your ward here, then your vision's going to look like this.
Yeah.
But if you put it here, you're going to get vision out to here. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like the banana bush is the best example of this, and I'll just wait till I get an opportunity to see that. But if you edge it in the banana bush, it does real well.
This is where you execute. Just did. Oh, he shielded right before. Oh.
Okay, you saved your ult too long. So watch this. Boom. I'm going to shoot you. This is all very good. Hit him again. Now he's hit you. Right after this doesn't kill him, you can ult in here and he's dead. Right?
Doesn't he flash away right here?
Watch.
Oh wait,
Now,
box.
like I said, your ult would have been here, you'd have been here, you'd have been within auto attack range, he's dead.
Okay.
Or whenever he turns, you tried to do it to here and ended up here, right? It's a misclick, not a
Yeah.
big deal. That shit happens.
No, I meant to click there. I thought I could ward over the wall and finish that.
Oh
I didn't
shit.
ward. That was stupid of me.
Okay. Well, either way, um,
Because I saw Kane there. I didn't want to go straight in.
and actually you're in auto attack range now. So, yeah, I would have probably gone here.
I should have just held it.
or held it. Either way. You either went too soon or too late. Because, like, had you have
Right in the
popped
middle.
here earlier, like whenever I was ulting him, he's dead. And if you pop here now, he's dead. And keep in mind, there is another guy right here. But if you pop here, kill him, and then instantly take off that way, you probably live anyway.
Okay.
So,
Just I should have seen Lucian coming away. I think the late, if I had held it until he was out of the bush, would have been best.
yeah, but he'd just probably walk right back into the bush and you'd have the same problem all over again.
Yeah, but it'd keep me away from Lucian. Although you might die after that.
Nah, it's hard to catch Pike. Like, he can do stealth, he can do dashes, just hard to catch that guy. Plus, I would far rather me die than you in most scenarios. That sucked. I thought you got that one.
Unlucky.
Unlucky.
I should have gone left. Like on top of Fiddle.
I actually am disagreeing. You didn't fuck that up. Fiddle did.
I think we would have killed Lucian faster.
I think it didn't matter who you would have killed faster. The opportunity was on Thresh. So, like, fast forward here, right? So, Lucian is way the fuck back here right now. Like, he needs to be ulting now, right? Just ult right now. The reason that he needs to ult right now is because his ult gives you a bubble like that. Lucian can't come into that bubble to back up Thresh. He's trying to get the super greedy, like, 2-man ult when he just needs to get this kill and be satisfied. Right? So if he ults now, then he's going to land right here. He's got a burst of movement speed. He fears Thresh. Thresh runs into the wall and doesn't really go anywhere. His ult is like that, right? And he just drains him and kills him, and you auto till he's dead.
Even if he retreats in the river, I have ult.
Yeah, you have ult. So he's dead right now. And you two take no damage from his death right now. So he's like, oh, here comes Lucian. I'm going to go in on Lucian because Lucian's my #1 prime target. Lucian has a dash, and you probably won't kill him with Fiddle ult. Whereas by going on Lucian, you're also splitting your damage because Thresh is at like 70% health.
Even if he ults on the Thresh right now, I feel like it's better. But
yeah, even if he ults on Thresh right now, it's better.
Like he should have done it earlier, but even right now when he's trying.
Yeah, even right now it's better. So yes, but he tries to get Lucian instead, and it's just super duper greedy, and yeah, it doesn't work.
I walked back for a little bit.
And by the way, you should have healed earlier. Because, like, it's an all-in, and you know it's an all-in. Like, right here. Because he's going to start, like, this is when you should heal. It helps you get out of Lucian's culling quicker and tops him off hit points that he needs.
But yeah, you're right. Sorry.
And see, now he's been ignited, so your heal's
And
not going to do shit.
And wait, but can you rewind it real quick?
Yeah.
Go to like the very beginning of that fight.
Oh, sure.
So if right here, I should have hit that. But if it's right where like Fiddlesticks said he was going. I think it would
You
have been
still
better.
don't. I mean, you still don't probably kill him. You don't have any cooldowns left. You burned all your cooldowns on Thresh.
That's true.
Which, if you hadn't done that, you wouldn't have baited in the Thresh. Because the Thresh would be like, why is this bitch saving her cooldowns? Or at least a smart Thresh would have been like,
I think
what's going
I
on here?
should have saved my E. Probably in W because I should have just waited until I had a guarantee hit. I don't know why I missed it anyway. If I save my E and then ult on top of Fiddlesticks like that, and then I can E onto Lucian, which is what he wanted to do.
I mean, the Thresh is the most out of position. The Thresh doesn't have escapes. The Lucian has escapes. You're also forgetting that the Thresh could just throw Lucian a lantern.
Oh yeah.
So,
But like you're the one who's saying that it's like Fiddlesticks who did the wrong play, but
sure. You're
to
saying, how
like
do I salvage the wrong play?
yeah.
Yeah.
If he wants to all in onto Lucian, I think that's the best way I all in onto.
Sure. I mean, a bad call followed is better than a divided call, right? So you're right. Yeah, you could have gone on Lucian. I still don't think it would have really worked. Or the likelihood of it working is much smaller, right?
Yeah.
And it's super greedy. But yeah, I mean that's kind of the play he threw you into. So you kind of had to do it. So I get it. But same time, like, it's a problem. Use your E here.
Yeah.
For the attack speed to put more heat on the tower. Because you've got good enough ward, or like you've got a good enough vision that you could see people coming, and you know kind of where they are.
Oh god. This is bad. Don't watch,
Oy.
don't watch, don't watch, don't watch,
Oy.
don't watch, don't watch, don't watch, don't watch, don't watch.
Ah! Oh man. Okay.
That was yeah, I should have flashed sideways. I should have.
I was gonna say flashing backwards from a hook is like terrible idea.
I'm pretty sure I was even thinking about it. Like I can't flash backwards, and then I just did it.
Well, yeah, it's like the number one way that people do shit, in like every elo. Yeah, Plat too. I mean, like Plat has the same kind of like thought process where people flash backwards. Sometimes diamonds flash backwards too, but like, God, you're gonna give me a seizure. So like, so the idea is like if you flash backwards and a hook is coming at you, I'm not. By the way, I'm not explaining this to you. I'm explaining this to everybody who's watching the video later.
Right.
If you flash backwards and a hook is coming at you, you don't get out of the way of the hook. You just outrange it, which gives you like just one possible way of escaping it. But if the hook's coming in and it's going to be like this, right? And you're going from here to here, you may outrange it, but if you go from here to here, the likelihood that that hook is going to get you goes down substantially.
See, I was just doing.
And if you go
an
from here
educational tip
to
for everyone.
here, or from here to here, you get to stay in combat, kill the guy who tried to hook you, or whatever, right?
Yeah.
So, flash can be used forward, it can be used backwards, like, use it however is most appropriate given the situation, but don't think in terms of like default, this is the way I want to flash.
I was
Alright.
just doing that so everyone could see a bad example.
That's very nice of you. Good job.
Yeah.
This is good. Okay. That is not. So we're going to stop this for a second.
I didn't know how much damage I was going to be taking from Karthus. But I mean, I'm not.
No, you're cool.
Def
Okay, so right
defending
here,
the.
whenever I get him, you do the exact right thing, which is that you E forward and you start putting damage on him. That's good. Thrush throws a lantern, so we know he's going to try to lantern out, right?
Mhm.
You're going to take this heat, but you have minions here who are going to double it, or cut it in half the damage, because it's hitting more than one target. So when he lanterns out, he's going to go this way. You went from here this way with your ult. It
Yeah.
just puts
It was
you
just.
this
I was
much
not. I
further
wasn't
away
thinking
from the
about
fight.
Thresh at all. It was pretty bad.
Yeah. So I mean, you've got to take into account like what they're going to do before you like pick a direction. Plus, you don't really need to ult yet because you're still within auto range right now. You're not dead or dying or avoiding anything by moving over to here. So like you don't gain any advantage from doing that. So he gets pulled out and then you go this way. Okay, now it keeps being a problem because we're still in a fight. So you need to be scooching this way as fast as humanly possible. So
Yeah.
here we go. He's dead. Okay. This is still a fight right here. Pike is on, that looks like what, Thresh?
Yeah.
Right? Karthus is dead. Pike's on Thresh. Uh, you need to be trying to avoid his projectiles. I think he's shooting them at me right now anyway, but this guy is still in play, and it's going to be very hard for Thresh to escape a Pike. So to close this gap is not going to be that hard for you if Pike puts a slow on Thresh or stuns him. Okay?
Yeah, but we
So,
do know that Lucian is coming over because we saw him bot lane before and now he's missing. And if Fiddlesticks
okay.
follows that up, then Fiddlesticks dies to Karthus. And
What are you
if
talking about? Both of you are at 80%
no,
health.
Fiddlesticks just went and healed at mid on the
Yeah.
minions.
Okay.
He was at like 20-30% HP.
All
And
right.
so
If Fiddlesticks
I could have
bounces
gotten
a crow
easy.
between Lucian and Thresh, or fears Lucian, and you have heal.
Yeah, okay, you're right. It's just I don't think Fiddlesticks could have gotten to Karthus is what I was saying.
Oh yeah, well I mean that's fine. Karthus started shooting you guys, so that's better than I thought it was in the moment. But yeah, they were still caught. But I mean, you're fighting this fight anyway, and so this is not good because he's pretty much dead as it is.
I
Right?
need to stop throwing out my W. There's obviously a way to stun. I would have had uh free 2 stacks on Lucian if I didn't waste W without waiting for Syndra to stun.
Mm-hmm.
Because I thought he was gonna kite towards wolves, which he ended up doing, but he kited back a little bit and dodged W.
Also in that earlier fight, like you're playing with a Pike who has ult reset, so like if we
This
get a
pet
kill on
it
one, then I'm
it
probably gonna get a
resets
kill
on
on four. Kills or
I'm
assists.
feeling yeah, okay, or assist.
Yeah. If they
should've-
die in my ult at all, like regardless of who killed them, it resets. Okay. So this is fine. You see 3 people top, get some pressure, make them lose minions, but don't go any further. Okay, I wouldn't probably do this because they're all MIA right in that area. And if I'm Thresh, that's exactly where I'm going right now in order to set down vision. So that was a super greedy path to get to those minions, right?
Okay. Yeah, yeah, you're right. How many times have absent-mindedly evolved Q and died because I wasn't thinking about it? It like made me stand still.
Yeah, I've done that with Kha'Zix a bunch. This fight was rough. That sucked for me.
I should have flashed way earlier to dodge that calling. Dead now.
Yeah, that sucked for me. The Kale ult came in on the guy I was getting the ult reset on. So I didn't get the reset. Alright, that's the game.
It was a pretty clutch ult by Kale.
Yeah.
I think we win that fight if she didn't get it.
I mean, there's not a lot, like... There's not a whole lot there that you did, like, super wrong. It's just you overstayed on certain fights and understayed on others. Right?
Yeah.
CS on tower, like, if you have somebody who's going to actually... what's the words I'm looking for here? It's going to actually prime for you. You need to be using that. It'll up your CS dramatically. And then, like, your ults were pretty sloppy that game, but that's more of a... Well, that's like half mechanical, half decision making, right? But
Yeah.
I would say, like, in general, don't be afraid to pull the trigger on your ult earlier when it will result in something. Like, don't wait until it's like, I have 100%, right? Because most of the time, just putting enough damage on somebody that they either die or have to run is enough to just win a fight if you do it first. You know what I mean? Like, in boxing, usually the guy who, like, makes the first good, well, not boxing, street fighting would be a better example, but in, like, street fighting, the guy who throws the first punch and connects generally
Yeah.
wins the fight, right? The same thing is true of League. Like, if you connect with your first hit, you stagger them, and then they have to play afraid of you. And then you have control. They have to react to you. Everything has to go in the method in which you set, right? And so, like, your positioning is not bad, but you're not, like, it doesn't feel like you're really committing 100% to trying to get these kills,
Okay.
right? It feels
Yeah.
like you're, like, kind of waiting, and then you go, oh man, I think I can get a kill right now, and then you rush in, but it's too late, right? Like, imagine you have a kill button that you're just gonna press, right? And then the other team, like the other opponent dies, right? It feels like you're going, well, okay, yeah, okay, now I can hit the button, and then you hit the button, right? Versus, like, your fingers should be, like, hovering over that all of lane phase, and you should be like, I can press this, I'm just waiting to press this button, I really want to press this button, now I have the opportunity, right?
Yeah.
Like, you're a contestant on goddamn Family Feud, and they just completed top 100 answers on the board. You know, those people are hovering over the fucking button, right?
Yeah.
that's how your mentality needs to be kind of in laning phase in particular. Like you could push that a little harder, and you're playing a little bit more like on the back foot of sorts. Like you're just kind of waiting to see what happens rather than like actively being ready to pounce like a jungle cat. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I think I'm like playing as if it's gonna give me an execute, and I should use it to finish them off sometimes.
Mm-hmm. Well, okay, so that was what I was saying to the Syndra too. Like she was holding her ult, and she was like, I'm gonna throw a Q. I'm gonna blah blah blah. I'm gonna slow them. I'm gonna try to stun. I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait. And I'm gonna wait. And once they're at 30% hit points, whenever my ult will actually kill them, then I'm gonna cast my ult. And I'm like, that would normally be fine with Syndra, right? Because you want the ult to kill them. You don't want them to escape. Cool, fine idea. But you have a Pyke here, so their health bar is not 100%, it's 80%. Because at 80%, they're dead. And you get full kill gold, right?
Yeah.
So use your ult at 60% instead of 30. And then they're dead.
I've honestly felt like I haven't liked playing with Pyke a lot, and I think it's probably just because I'm not thinking like that.
Yeah. I mean, literally, it's about that with Pyke in particular, and it's even more exaggerated with Pyke because it's like that first hard punch wins. So,
Yeah.
in general, if you play lane bully ADCs, that should be how you think, right? And if you play hyper carry ADCs, you should always still be thinking like, am I able to kill them? Am I able to kill them? Is this an all in? Is this an all in? Is this an all in? Like that needs to be what's going on through your head. So that way, if your mind just says yes, you're ready to hit the go button, and that's that, right? You will
True.
make wrong decisions, and you will fuck this up, and you will die. That will happen, right?
Hmm.
But as long as that is your mentality, you can improve and refine that, and your ceiling goes up, right? Like your ability to win goes up, your ability to influence the game goes up. It'll go down temporarily, then it goes up,
Yeah. Okay.
right? Because you're gonna fuck it. You're making changes to something, right? Like a golf swing or a basketball. You know, basketball is a good example. When I was a kid, I was very short, so it took like a lot of heaving motion to get the basketball up to the rim, right?
Yeah.
And whenever I went to basketball camp, when I was a little bigger, they're like, "Yeah, you don't need all that heaving motion shit. You can just like use your wrist more and get it up there with just your wrist." And I was like, "Well, I mean, yeah, okay." So I tried doing it, and I couldn't make a fucking basket to save my life. It was literally like starting over from square one, right?
Yeah.
But I kept doing that, and I kept doing it, and I kept doing it. I learned how to shoot a basketball right, and now I don't throw it at the basketball goal. Now I shoot it, right? Same difference. You know, you've got to relearn kind of the mentality of laning and be more like ready to punish. Maybe not even all in, but you should say, am I punishing this or am I killing them? And if the answer is I'm killing them and this is an all in, then hold nothing back. I'm not saying like you have to hit every button simultaneously. What I'm saying is be ready to commit your ult immediately. Be ready to
Yeah.
commit any of your flash, your heal, your whatever. Be ready to commit it. And particularly, you want to heal earlier in an all in. Like once you register it's an all in, you can use heal at that point. You don't have to wait until they're almost dead to use heal. Because you more than likely they'll throw down ignite and you'll lose half your heal when they're
Yeah.
almost dead.
I need to heal more proactively.
Yeah. So, and that will come. Like I said, I wouldn't like advice would be, yeah, heal more proactively. But the reality is you'll do that if you just focus on, is this an all-in? And if yes, crank it to 11. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like, it's no longer a 1 to 10. You're going to 11. So, okay, let's play some more.